Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's not yours, sorry.
2 cups of coffee this morning.
I want mine.
That one I think is yours. This one is mine. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of the January challenge. Today we have our very first body class. So body, if you know, you know, but body is my strength and conditioning portion of class. Good morning. And today, and especially this week, as we focus on foundations, we're today going to take some time to just really go through, for me, what the foundations of the strength and conditioning work is, and really taking a look at how to do things like to the best of our ability with the highest amount of integrity. We don't always have to be lifting the most or doing the most or pushing the most, but I found over the years that especially in my own body as I was working my way back from like healing from a surgery, that is not necessarily how much you do, but how you do it. And having, really taking your time to understand your movements, and so that you can do less, but at the same time do more. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. So with that said, we're going to be working with some light weights today. So anything between 1 to 3 pounds. This could be the bala weights. This could be, I have the beautiful, let me go grab them. I have these beautiful weights from Be Half Moon. They're 3 pounds each. They call these their helix weights. I really like them. They feel nice. They're good weight. I'm really excited to work with these. If you don't have weights, they are not required, especially you're going to have time to redo these classes if you like near the end of the month or whenever you like. So if you want to not use weights this time, just to keep it simple, you could always integrate the weights later. So I'm going to be cueing with both so you know what to do and how you can do it. If you do not have weights, no worries. Like I said, you will be able to get through this class without using the weights. They just make it a little bit spicier. So if you don't have, but you want to use the weights, things that I find work at home that you can just find around your house, cans of soda, like if you have like, I don't know, like a beautiful like La Croix or LaCroix or whatever you call them, or even like a tall can or, sorry, I guess it's beer, a tall can of iced tea or a water bottle, anything that has like a little bit of weight to it will be perfect. Alrighty. So remember, body classes are generally, I keep them a little bit shorter because I find the hour just pushes us a little too much over the edge. So if you guys need a couple minutes to grab your props, go do so. If not, we're going to get started laying down on our backs. Let me just check the chat. Good morning, good morning. You hear me? There we go. Okay, we're all good. One more sip of coffee. And we'll get started. So laying down on your back. Let's hug our knees into the chest. You can keep your knees as wide as the torso. Take a little rock side to side. Maybe making circles going one way. And then going the other way. And then come back to hugging the knees into the chest. Keeping the knees as wide as the torso, rolling your tailbone down and forward. Deep breath in. And big breath out. Bring both feet flat to the floor. And just find like a neutral spine. So you should feel the tailbone is heavy in the mat. A little space underneath the lumbar spine, so you're not fully compressed into the mat, but just a little space. Feel the back of the head falling heavy into the floor. The back of the shoulder blades falling heavy into the floor. And you can lay here with your feet flat, maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or put them wherever feels right for you. Just giving yourself a moment to turn your awareness inward and really focusing on the spine without changing or doing anything special just yet, just simply feeling its curvatures, where the weight falls. Deep breath in. And big breath out. And for this next 45 minutes, let whatever you are doing within this moment, within this breath, be the only thing that consumes you. Anything else that tries to creep in, like your to-do list or things you have to do later today, maybe things that have happened in the past, catch yourself and bring yourself back to just this place. Feeling your breath, feeling the spine. Let's bring both hands down to the floor beside you. Walk your shoulder blades together underneath you. And I want you just to kind of shimmy, shake your hips side to side. So imagine your tailbone was on like a swivel plate. Like, you know, when you go to those fun restaurants and you get to share your food that way. So swiveling side to side, it's going to feel like you're bringing right hip up to right ear, left hip up to left here. So just kind of releasing that low back, a little shake for 3, 2, and 1. Find stillness. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press away from your feet. So it's going to feel like you're trying to push your head up towards the top of your mat here behind you. Pressing away from your feet, start to curl your pubic bone towards your belly button. So if you've practiced with me before or for years, you know that this is one of the biggest parts of my practice and things that I love to teach is this connection to deep core, that space between belly button and pubic bone. So we're just going to breathe in here. As you exhale, you press away from your feet and engage that space, shortening the space between pubic bone and belly button. So you can use the pressure from your feet to kind of initiate that pelvic tilt. But I don't want you to use your bum or the back of your thighs right now. So a lot of the time, release and come back to center. So we're going to inhale, exhale, press away from the feet and hold the lock, pressing the low back into the mat, reaching the tailbone down towards the feet as much as you can. Pubic bone closer to belly button. We hold for 3. It's very gentle for 2. And release. This is more about awareness than strength right now. You can bring your hands to your belly too, to your low belly, just to help you connect mind and body. Breathe in. Exhale. Press away and curl. So the reason why I bring your mind to the front body to engage rather than asking you to squeeze your bum to create this lock is because then we just don't create that connection in the deep core. And that's what I really want you to dial into right now. And release. Let's do it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, pressing away from your feet, but engage through the front core. And if it's not making sense right now, don't worry. Do it to the best of your ability. Sometimes it takes some time for those connections to happen. Don't be hard on yourself. 3, good things take time. 2, and slowly release. Nice. Now I want you to lift your right leg up. Palms down by your side. Now lift your left leg up. I want you to find that same sensation that we just did. So now the feet are floating. You only can use that space between pubic bone and belly button to curl that low back or press the low back into the floor. Lengthen your tailbone down towards the front of the mat. And just lift your eyes for a moment. You want to make sure knees are directly on top of hips. If your knees come a little bit closer to you, this is kind of a cheat. It's a lot easier. So you should feel even from here. Knees hovering at 90 degrees. If you like, you can connect the big toe mound just so you have like a mental mark of what your center is. And you should already, this is enough work for me here. Holding here. 3, 2. Nice. Dropping the toes back down to the floor. Uncurl the tailbone, relax, come back to a neutral spine. Good. Breathe in. As you exhale, press away from the feet. Pubic bone to belly button. And as you inhale, I want you to think about spreading your back body more on your mat. Let your inhale allow you to take up more space through the back body. This time we float left leg up, pause. We float right leg up. Lift your eyes just to make those connections. Knees over hips, maybe big toe mounds connect if you need them there. Toes are active, muscle hugs bone. Through those legs, we hold 3, 2, and slowly release down to the 4. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Okay, we come back up. Hug your knees into your chest. So we're going to keep expanding on this idea. Bringing your knees up 90 degrees. If you like, this time you can take your hands behind your head and cradle, lifting up a little bit, or you keep your head on the floor. Breathe in, long low back on the mat, pubic bone to belly button. Slowly start to drop your right toes down. So I don't want you to straighten the leg. Keep the shape exactly as it is. You just slowly start to drop that right leg down. The goal is not necessarily to tap the toe to the floor. I want you to be super mindful of that low back plugging into the floor and keeping it there the entire time. So when you start to drop this leg, if you feel like your low back is starting to peel off the floor, that's where you're going to stop. So you want to look for that space where you're just about to lift. You feel the quiver in the core. You feel the core activated and you come back up. If your legs are noodles, you're making it so much more work for the deep core. So please wake up those legs. Spread your toes. Hands can be behind your head, cradling your head, or hands are on the mat. We're going to tap for 10, slow. And speed doesn't always equate to strength either. Slow and steady really is the way.